William Bill Griffiths, a long-distance lorry driver from Blackburn, Lancashire, joined the RAF in 1940 as a transport driver. He was in Java, Indonesia, when the Japanese invaded and he was taken prisoner. While in Java, Bill was one of a group of men selected by the Japanese to move an ammunition dump, and it was during this task that he was blown up. At just 21 years old, he lost his eyes and his hands, one leg was broken at the tibia and femur, and he was covered in shrapnel wounds. In extracts from his interview, Bill describes how Australian surgeon Wirry Dunlop saved his life. He candidly tells of the effect his disabilities had on him and the coping strategies he used, and of how he overcame adversity to build a successful life helping other disabled veterans.
One day the Japanese came in and took a party of us up into the mountains in the back of a lorry. When we arrived there, we were ordered out of the lorry to remove dangerous ammunition, booby traps and what have you. And it was in the process of that I was blown up. Just on the side of the road there was camouflage netting filled with all kinds of ammunition. Because Japanese guys were all around us with their rifles at the ready, standing back a bit, because they must have expected something. And as we were putting this camouflage netting to one side, up the whole lot went. There was a terrific explosion, and my hands went, and that was it. Well, fortunately at that moment a convoy of lorries came past, Australians. They stopped, and one of them threw me in the back of the lorry and took me off to the nearest hospital. I knew something dreadful had happened, because I felt for my face and I thought, oh blimey, my face is gone, but of course it was my hands that had gone. Anyway, I was operated on there by that very famous surgeon, Sir Wirry Dunlop, and he operated on me, and I stayed in that hospital for a few weeks and moved to about 6 different camps over the 3.5 years. I really longed to die. I asked them to put me out of my misery then. At that time, in the very early days, we did have a few female staff there. A Dutch mason was in charge, and she agreed to give me an injection to put an end to it all, because I couldn't possibly see me going through life. I was only 21 then. I couldn't see myself going through life without hands, eyes and leg, what have you. And she agreed to inject me, but when she saw Wirry Dunlop, who was the commander of the hospital, he said no. His job was to save life, and he wouldn't agree to it, so I had to go on living. In all the camps I used to spend my time dreaming and planning and wondering on earth what was going to happen when the war ended. When I came home, how the devil would I go on? And I used to worry a great deal. And without my friends in the prison camp, other prisoners of war, who helped me in every department of life, feeding and toilets and everything, they had to help me, of course. And one man made me a gadget that slipped onto my arm, a little gauntlet affair that held a stick, and I could walk about. And I felt maybe a little spoon, I could slip it onto my arm and scoop up the rice with it. But it helped. All those little things helped me enormously. I sort of adopted my own little philosophy, shall we say. I remember I used to often think, well, if I keep my spirits up, keep reasonably cheerful, although inwardly I wasn't a bit cheerful inwardly, but I used to give an air of cheerfulness. I thought that I perhaps would be playing my part in keeping up camp morale, helping others maybe. And that helped me a little bit, I think. We all helped each other, in fact. To be frank, I thought I was going crackers a few times. I really did. I saw the doctor one time. I said, I feel like I'm going mad going crackers. He said, Bill, you never will go mad. As long as you think you're going mad, you never will be. So I used to think, well, even if I do wobble a bit mentally, I'm going to keep physically fit, if nothing else. I'm going to look and feel physically fit, even if I'm mentally unstable. And I still, as I say, I do that today. Exercise regularly.
After returning home, Bill found life difficult. His wife had deserted him and he had to live with his mother. Salvation came in the offer of a place at St Dunstan's, a rehabilitation centre in London for blind and disabled veterans. This was the turning point in his life.
I was very reluctant to go, actually, at first, but eventually I did. and they were very happy days. The fellowship, the comradeship of other disabled, other blind people, and other blind and handless people, most important, between others in the same boat, that really encouraged me. Then I heard about chaps who made a success of their life, even though they were blind, Second War chaps, blind and handless. They'd done well for themselves in various ways. I was taught typing and mobility, what you get in the bows, and various social skills, and you're getting out and about a bit, dances and the rest of it. Coupled with that, St Dunstan's invited me to be their sort of representative in the north of England. Went all over the country to talk about the work of St Dunstan's, and then coupled with that, I got involved with the British Limited Ex-Servicemen's Association, meeting other disabled people there, and associated them with St Dunstan's, or getting them in St Dunstan's. That was a blessing. And then there was the Far East Ex-Prison Ward Association. I got involved. I became this sort of liaison man for blind, all blind FEPOW, as we call ourselves. So one way or another, I've been extremely far busier and more interesting than ever I thought possible. The ex-service community generally have been very supportive. The comradeship's been there, and it's all been a great contribution to my success, really. And I've enjoyed it. It's been all right.
Please help to rescue and preserve more memories of the Second World War. Visit www.war-experience.org.